A couple on a mission to rescue this stunning mansion.
I'm a glutton for punishment.
Can their dream home survive?
Oh my God, oh my God!
A bumpy sea voyage? And reckless road trip?
Dad, stop!
Well, the situation's getting worse.
It's not all gonna happen today.
About 6-7 inches.
There's really no room at all.
Moving this huge hacienda will be nothing short of one massive move. West Palm Beach, Florida, where the sun shines and palm trees sway. City planner Bruce Barber and his fiancée, school teacher Ashley Rice, have lived together here with their dog Scooter for the past year. In Bruce's renovated Key West-style house, his pride and joy.
I bought the house that we live in right now maybe 10 or 11 years ago,
We love it.
but it is small.
When I moved in with Scooter, I took over a little bit, Scooter took over a lot, and
And I don't have anything now.
They love the area, but urgently need a bigger home.
We love the historical aspect of it. It's just got a lot of character. Every house is different.
I just really love the area and don't ever want to leave.
They've hatched an audacious solution. They've bought this empty plot of land in Grandview Heights and plan to move onto it, this gorgeous 90-year-old two-story hacienda.
So this is the sunroom,
This is my favorite room of the house just because of the windows all around.
something that we definitely have to keep for sure.
What we loved about this house was the size and the wide open spaces.
And of course the character.
The hacienda towers 31 feet tall and weighs a staggering 150 tons. Moving it 5.5 miles from West Palm Beach to Grandview Heights will be a huge challenge. The streets are too tight for the house to pass, so it must embark on an epic sea voyage to reach the new site. This is the man in charge of hauling this heavyweight home, Pat Burdett and his team from Modern House Movers. He's been trucking buildings up and down the beaches here for more than 30 years, but this humongous hacienda will really test his mettle.
Every house has its own personality. House moving is pretty much 100% problem solving.
The hacienda, which was due to be demolished, was a steal for Bruce and Ashley, costing just $10. But moving it will set them back $130,000. Buying the new lot, another $50,000. Renovations, a further $70,000. Bringing the grand total for this ambitious project to more than $250,000. This is set to be one risky trek for first-time movers.
If anything happens to this thing, we're out a lot of money.
We have liftoff.
First task, cut this pink palace down to size so they can drive it to the docks. Bruce and Ashley love the historic features in the hacienda's huge sunroom, but they pose problems for Pat's crew. The wooden roof beams are rotting, and these extensions are unwieldy. Move now, and the whole house could get wrecked. The only way to save the period features is to remove them. They'll reinstall the door, windows, and lions' heads in the house once at the new site. But the crew have no choice but to demolish the sunroom's rotten frames. Only then can they move the hacienda safely to the waterfront.
That cuts us down to 36.5 feet wide, and that's plenty wide to be getting down the road with.
This was our pride and joy. We wanted to keep this over anything else in the whole house. I'm a little nervous seeing this saw blade go in and out over the nice 100-year-old windows.
One down, 7 to go. But the more windows they take out, the weaker the sunroom's walls become.
The wall is just totally gone. That's all rotten wood right there. windows were the only support holding this wall up, holding the roof up.
There's a risk the roof could cave in on them.
It's uncontrollable in a whole piece.
You got it?
So they must take it down piece by piece. A painstaking job. This was Ashley's favorite room, and it's tough for her to watch.
I have a hard time dealing with it all. And
A little overwhelmed at times, so that's, I think once we see it actually being moved, we'll see the light. It's gonna be all right.
In West Palm Beach, Florida, Bruce Barber and Ashley Rice are risking everything to move this precious 90-year-old hacienda 4 miles up the coast to a new plot to turn it into their dream home.
If anything happens to this thing, we're out a lot of money.
Pat Burdett's move crew have sliced away the sunroof.
Wrecking stuff out's easy, but when you have to save something, way tougher.
Now they face an even bigger challenge, lifting the house.
Hold up!
They must thread steel beams through the walls to support the floor.
Got it.
And 3-ton fireplace.
So this is as bad as it gets usually for a fireplace hanging on the corner of the building.
We only get one chance at this. There's no do-over on a fireplace.
With hydraulic jacks in place, Pat lets Bruce pull the lever for liftoff.
House goes up.
Ready?
Yep.
There it goes. The power. We're about halfway there. I wasn't following directions very well, so.
Hey, ho! Get your 4 across, Leonard.
Hope I didn't blow the hose.
I gave you 1 gauge to watch. And did he watch it? No.
Went over there at breakfast.
But the hacienda lifts off, safe and sound.
Everything loaded up just like it's supposed to from the inside. There's not a mark on it.
7 a.m. and the morning of the big move. Pat's crew need to shunt the house 30 meters to reach the waterfront, where they'll load it onto a barge for its 4-mile voyage.
I've got a 30-ton loader against a 130-ton house.
this is the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life.
It takes an hour to reach the water. Now they face a more daunting challenge. Take the 130-ton house out to sea. Just loading the hacienda onto the barge will be a tricky maneuver. It'll take one loader to pull and another to steady the home from behind. But there's a problem. Because of the heavy fireplace, the weight of the house is uneven. This huge hacienda could be going for a swim. So the crew will have to push the house and load it off-center. A risky maneuver. With so little space, they'll use a remote control set of wheels for precision.
The house will be a bit offset on the barge because we have the heavy side, which is the fireplace. So we'll be about 4 feet off center.
Pat's wife, Lisa, is in charge of steering.
It's a little nerve-wracking right at the moment.
Make sure you're straight.
The wheels were pretty close to the edge.
I'm afraid to take it over, Annie. Come back a little bit. Keep your cable taut. Coming back. All right, come on back a little bit.
It's looking good. House is on the barge, baby.
Smooth sailing from here on out, right?
Wrong. All hands on deck. There's a big problem.
Look at now it's all leaning.
Oh.
They've loaded the house onto the barge too far over to one side. It's grounded.
A lot of weight on it.
We didn't figure that it was going to lean that much.
They muster all the power to hand to try and push the barge free.
Seems as though whenever they push it, it's just kind of pivoting on that one spot. It's not really going anywhere. I don't know if we're gonna get it off or not.
It's bad news for Bruce and Ashley, who were hoping to have their new house home by sundown.
It's not even off the bottom yet. Once we level it out, it'll be free floating then. Bad thing is though, it's not all gonna happen today.
Wow.
All right, we're gonna proceed as if we had a plan.
All right, no problem.
Pat must find a way. This is one tough house to move. In West Palm Beach, Florida, Bruce and Ashley's historic Hacienda is stranded on a barge.
Definitely makes me nervous, the whole balancing of the thing.
Pat's move team need to balance the vessel fast before the house slides to doom.
It was too heavily loaded on this side, so we're having to swing these back dollies around and swing this end of the house around till we hit a balance point. Go just a little bit more. I think right about there.
Pat's found an ingenious way to drag the house into position.
We have this cable hooked up that we're going around the spud, which is just a big pipe, and it'll go to that loader back there. So as we pull, it'll just slide around the pipe and bring the house over. Yeah, if I can get 5 or 6 more inches, we're gonna call it quits.
Move day, take 2.
I'm feeling great. This is gonna be a good day.
It's pretty scary to see that this is about to move. I don't think I'm quite as confident in everything as I was originally.
Here we go. He's off, Ashley.
It's 8 a.m. The crew have 2 hours to sail 4 miles and dock before the tide turns. But the weather could delay tug captain Jim Vance.
The wind started kicking up northeast. Certainly can be a little hindrance and make it a little more challenging.
The Hacienda is huge and acts like a giant sail. The wind could push the barge off course towards multi-million-dollar yachts and a bridge. If Jim mistimes his approach, the house will end up a watery wreck. To gain more control, Jim must position his tug at the rear of the barge to push it, to fight against the wind, and nudge it clear of the bridge.
Motor vessel approaching Bridal South Basin.
The sea conditions get worse as he approaches the bridge.
That wind influence, when it gets too hard, can actually outdo the horsepower of the boat, and then I don't have an ability to maneuver.
With just 4 feet clearance, it's gonna be tight.
Brad, how we looking? It's a tight squeeze. Slow, slow. No worries. Easy peasy. Thanks for the opening, Frog. Let's duck fast. Stand by. Have a good afternoon.
10 a.m. Jim's on time and the tide is still high.
We're looking great.
Pat's crew race to build an unloading ramp. He doesn't want to be grounded again.
It'll be high tide for probably 30 minutes and then it'll start going down. Oh!
We've got our brakes hooked up, our air brakes, holding it back, all right, and then back it down slowly.
Absolutely everything is weighing on this right now.
With the 130-ton house balanced precariously between land and sea, disaster strikes.
Oh my God, oh my God!
The pressure released on the brakes, and the house just decided it was coming.
There was a brick that was loose. It fell and hit the quick coupler in the hose and let all the brakes off.
This thing right here almost killed the whole project. This was part of the fireplace. Wow.
I didn't even know what was going on. I just saw the whole house shaking and
Yep. So did I.
crashing down on everybody. Yeah, if it had been up a little bit higher, we'd be in tears right now.
Easy!
The crew raced to right the dozer
Hold that!
and tugged the Hacienda off the beachfront.
Adapt and overcome.
It's a big relief for Pat,
And here we go.
but his problems aren't over yet. Up ahead awaits a gruesome obstacle course. Bruce and Ashley's precious home could get destroyed by signs, light, trees, and power lines.
What do you think, Ash?
Moving pretty quickly.
There's danger at every turn.
Hey, oh! Pat, stop! It's hitting over there. Go lift a line, or two. All right, come on! Oh!
Well, we have a palm tree that's leaning over and it's in our turn. We just put a strap around it and just leaned it away from the house.
It might not survive the battle.
Well down.
See the street is going to go down, which is our street. We're almost there.
In West Palm Beach, Florida, Bruce and Ashley's dream Hacienda has suffered some bumps and scrapes
Pat, stop!
en route to Grandview Heights.
We're on the home stretch. We make this turn and we've got 1.5 blocks to go.
But this road's tighter than they thought.
Swore that there was a lot more room, and there's really no room at all. A little tricky with all the neighbors watching and cutting the trees down randomly. I'm becoming an arborist myself.
4 p.m. The Hacienda finally arrives at the new lot. But pulling it in won't be easy.
It's about a 3-foot drop in 20 feet. We'll have to use the other loader to help hold it.
We're gonna pull her on down this last slope, which is one of the most dangerous things we can do out here.
We're lined up good. Looks like we're running straight to our mark. All right, chalk it both ways.
We did it.
There was nothing there a few hours ago. Now, all of a sudden, there's a whole house. And it's right where my front door is gonna be once it's fixed up.
It's been 1 year of planning, and we're here, so feels really good. Feels amazing. I can't describe how it feels.
Woo!
Yes.
It looks great, it really does. I'm just thrilled
you.
with everything.
I'm glad you're pleased.
Woo! Cheers.
Here's to our new home.
Pat managed to haul this huge Hacienda home.
You're welcome.
Weeks later, and Bruce and Ashley have a chance to reflect.
The feeling of pride that we have now with the house being here, nothing compares. It's gonna be a long process to get everything completed exactly how we want. I'm hoping to have everything done in the next 5 years, but I know that's probably not the most realistic thing I've ever said.
It's possible. We've only done one room, and I'm exhausted. I think we might need to hire a maid.
But it's not all work for Bruce.
We are literally 5 minutes from the ocean. And you know, I love to surf. When I'm done work, blow off some steam and just jump in the water. This house is the starting of a long life together, and we're gonna have a family here. And
This is ours, and it's just amazing.